The classical libertarian versus the techno libertarian. Enlightened man, he who desires to be free. Long have some desire to be free, for the desire to be free may be older than man himself. The desire to be free may be etched into the universe itself. All life may optimize itself to maximize its options, or to minimize its limitations. The liberty that the truly enlightened one does seek is self-ownership through political freedom, to partake in the collective voluntarily, to be free from coercion from his fellow man, from both the state apparatus and the mob. Such political freedom uniquely grants for man self-ownership, and with it personal responsibility, whereupon man may truly come to find the nature of himself and the nature of others, since they too are free to act in accordance with their own inclinations. Most importantly, liberty allows man to freely discover that which is most important. The lineage of liberty. Does liberty have a lineage? And if so, how far back does it go? When did man begin to subjugate man so that he desired to be free? Were there those that desired to be free in prehistory and antiquity? Perhaps the desire to be free began to bloom in the hearts of men after the first cities were made and rulers were crowned. We do know men, such as Montesquieu and Descartes and Locke and others, began to ponder self-ownership and limited government and individualism in the 1400s through the 1700s, in what is known as the Age of Enlightenment. Together, this group of men were regarded as liberals, and their ideas have come to be known as classical liberalism. If liberty has a lineage, then the libertarian can be regarded as the progeny of the classical liberal. For he, the libertarian, doth take that which his fathers, the classical liberals, did contemplate and create, the idea and ideal of enlightenment, to their logical and rational conclusions. The libertarian creates and contemplates the end state of self-ownership and limited government and individualism. And yet the libertarian is not the ending of the desire that is liberty. If liberty has a lineage, then from the libertarian has birthed an offspring, the techno libertarian. The techno libertarian creates and contemplates the end state of self-ownership and limited government and individualism. But he does so by deviating from his forebears, classical liberals and libertarians, in a key way. He sees not the world from the perspective of philosophy or history or morality, but solely through the lens of technology, asserting that man can fulfill the desire that is liberty through the use of tools. The greatest good. Both classical libertarians and techno-libertarians share a fundamental belief that liberty is the greatest good. Despite their differing perspectives on the means of achieving and preserving liberty, both philosophical frameworks recognize the inherent value and importance of individual freedom. Classical libertarians, rooted in moral principles and natural rights, see liberty as a moral imperative and a core aspect of human flourishing. They emphasize limited government intervention and prioritize the autonomy and self-ownership of individuals. Similarly, techno-libertarians view technology and optionality as vehicles for expanding liberty, as more choices enable individuals to exercise greater control over their lives. Both classical and techno-libertarians uphold the significance of personal freedoms and oppose infringements on individual rights, underscoring the essential role that liberty plays in promoting a just and prosperous society. The maximization of man, the minimization of state. For both libertarians and techno-libertarians, the pursuit of the greatest good centers around the concept of liberty. They share the belief that maximizing individual freedom and minimizing state interference are essential to achieving this ideal. Both philosophies envision a world where liberty is optimized through the empowerment of individuals and the reduction of coercive state power. The maximization of man, a concept embraced by both libertarians and techno-libertarians, aims to grant individuals complete self-ownership and autonomy. It seeks to empower individuals to make choices and decisions that align with their own values and preferences. By maximizing individual potential, these ideologies strive to enhance personal freedom and self-determination. Simultaneously, the minimization of the state is a common goal for libertarians and techno-libertarians. They advocate for reducing the size and scope of government to the nth degree, emphasizing voluntary interactions and limiting coercive interventions. By diminishing state control and allowing for greater individual agency, they believe that societal harmony and progress can be achieved. While both libertarians and techno-libertarians share the overarching objective of optimizing liberty through the maximization of man and the minimization of state, they diverge in their approaches to attaining this goal. Classical libertarians rely on moral principles and natural rights to argue for limited government intervention, emphasizing personal responsibility and voluntary cooperation. Techno-libertarians, on the other hand, place their faith in technology and the pursuit of optionality as a means to enhance individual freedom and counterbalance state power. Libertarians and techno-libertarians are united in their pursuit of liberty as the greatest good, seeking to maximize individual potential while minimizing the influence of the state. Their divergent means of achieving this objective reflect their respective emphasis on moral principles and technological progress. Despite their differences, both ideologies share a common vision of a society where individual freedom is paramount. Why liberty? How liberty? The libertarian attempts to answer the question, why liberty? The techno-libertarian attempts to answer the questions, how liberty? Whereas the libertarian builds his worldview around core ideas such as self-ownership, the non-aggression principle, small government, and decentralization. The techno-libertarian's worldview revolves around a single idea, the inevitability of technology, whereas the libertarian focuses on explaining why individuals should strive for a state of increasing liberty. The techno-libertarian focuses on how technology can lead to greater liberty, whereas the libertarian engages in philosophical and political discussions, presenting rational arguments to persuade others towards liberty and away from collectivism. The techno-libertarian's arguments center around mathematics and science, devoid of moral considerations, whereas the libertarian draws from historical knowledge, comparing the past with the present and highlighting the benefits of liberty. The techno-libertarian is a futurist, envisioning the future of humanity, whereas the libertarian presents arguments for liberty based on morality, history, and rationality, aiming to convince others of its goodness and rationality. The techno-libertarian does not face the task of persuasion, whereas the libertarian faces the impossible task of converting everyone to his belief system and sharing his vision and dreams so as to live in a good state. The techno-libertarian is not burdened with such a task, whereas the libertarian strives to bring about a shared morality and convert people to his worldview. The techno-libertarian relies on the force of technology to shape the future, whereas the libertarian must possess extensive knowledge to evangelize and convert others to his ideals. The techno-libertarian does not require such a breadth of knowledge, whereas the libertarian needs to believe in the inherent goodness and persuadability of humanity. The techno-libertarian does not rely on such notions, whereas the libertarian engages in debates, attempting to alter the views of others and redirect their natural inclinations. The techno-libertarian focuses on discussing the potential future of technology, whereas the libertarian advises against gaming the system. The techno-libertarian emphasizes how technology is fundamentally transforming the entire game, whereas the libertarian is based on ideals and theory. The techno-libertarian is based in the laws of nature. The inevitability of liberty. Libertarianism, a political philosophy centered around individual liberty and limited government intervention, has given rise to two distinct branches of thought, classical libertarianism and techno-libertarianism. While classical libertarians prioritize morality and the inherent right to freedom, techno-libertarians focus on the relationship between technology and freedom, asserting that technology and optionality are synonymous with liberty. This essay delves into the divergent ideologies of classical libertarians and techno-libertarians, exploring their foundations, views on liberty, and the pivotal role of technology in their respective frameworks. The traditional libertarian possesses greater knowledge and depth than the techno-libertarian, steeped in the history of liberty. The libertarian has a broader understanding and seeks a higher level of societal good, as they believe in the inherent goodness of their system. We view the libertarian as a dreamer, not in a negative sense, but recognizing that life is shaped by dreams. The libertarian's dream relies on the honesty of individuals to construct a society. However, a libertarian society cannot be universally applicable since honesty is not universally present. While a group of honest individuals can establish a libertarian society, their descendants may succumb to dishonesty to maximize their own lives, leading to corruption. Government, like any other system, can be manipulated and exploited. Despite its appeal, libertarianism remains an ideal rather than a practical reality. Techno-libertarianism is not rooted in philosophy, morality, rationality, or ideals. The techno-libertarian does not concern themselves with the underlying principles of techno-liberty. Techno-liberty is not an ideal to be sought. Rather, techno-libertarianism represents our destiny, the ultimate outcome of our technological pursuit. Techno-libertarianism is based on pure mathematics, science, and the laws of nature. Technology always takes precedence in the hierarchy of values for techno-libertarians. The techno-libertarian is driven by the following axiom: technology equals optionality. Optionality equals liberty. Therefore, technology equals liberty. As humanity relentlessly pursues advancements in technology, it invariably moves closer to the realization of liberty, whether consciously or unconsciously. The progress made in the realm of technology inherently leads to an expansion of individual freedom and autonomy. The pursuit of technological innovation empowers individuals with new possibilities, granting them greater control over their lives and increasing their options for self-expression. The interconnectedness of technological advancements and liberty is an undeniable force driving society forward, shaping a future where the boundaries of freedom continue to expand.